everyone, how are you all doing today? My name is Shana, and I want to welcome you all to my beautiful cross-stitchmas. Today is the 26th of September 2024, and it is around 10:30 a.m. And today we have a very special episode because I am coming to you with a wipparade, y'all! Woo! It's been around a year that I filmed my first Flosstube, which means that I also had my Flossiversary, and I didn't tell you that in my last update, so yay, Flossiversary! And what a way to celebrate than with a whip parade. I wanted to film this earlier, but yeah, life happens, which is why I am coming to you today. I will first reintroduce myself because with a whip parade, a lot of new viewers usually come in, and I have a few regular viewers. I have a few regular viewers, so they already know a bit about me. But with whip parade, also a lot of new viewers are coming in. Usually, I hope, and yeah, I just wanted to let you guys get to know me. As you can see, I have one cat behind me. She is Alice. I have 3 cats in total. She is the middle one. I have an older cat named Missy, and then I have a 1-year-old named Magnus. Missy and Alice are both females, and Magnus is male, but they're all spayed and neutered, so no little kitties here. I also have you guys, I cannot talk today, apparently. I also have 2 human babies, 2 daughters. The oldest is named Marika and is 11 years old, and my youngest is Clara, and she will be 4 in November. I live with my fiance in Kortrijk, Belgium, which means I am not a native English speaker. My native language is Flemish, which is kind of like Dutch, but Dutch is spoken in the Netherlands and Flemish is spoken in the Flemish part of Belgium. On the other region in Belgium, we speak French, or they speak French. I speak a little bit because I had it in school, but it's not that great. I am 31 years old. I've been stitching since I was around 12 years old, and that is actually kind of a funny story. My grandmother has always been a knitter. She loves to knit, and every spare hour that she had between taking care of us and going to work, she knitted a whole bunch of sweaters for me and for my sister and my brother, for her husband, for my grandfather, for everyone she knew. Basically, they all got knitted sweaters or socks or anything like that. But when I was around 12 years, she retired, and she was like, with all this free time I have now, I want to venture into another craft. Because knitting is fun and all, but because I have so much more free time, I don't have the need to knit even more than I already do. So she took up cross stitch, and I liked everything she did, so I learned to knit when I was about 6. I then learned how to cross stitch when she got into cross stitch, and then for a few years I still knitted a lot until I was 18, 19 years, and I just did a little cross stitch here and there. But I didn't finish anything because I got bored easily and wanted to knit again. But then when I was about 20, 21, I got into a in a hiatus with my knitting. So then is when I started to cross stitch, and I now every once in a while I still knit a sweater, or like once or twice every winter. But apart from that, it's all been cross stitching for me. I also got into a severe depression when I was about 23, 24, something like that. My first severe depression, and then cross stitch helped me to keep the voices away. I am currently recovering from another depression, because there is a lot going on in my life right now too. I'm not going to go much into this, but one reason that it is very hard for me is that I have a lot of health issues, and I got the diagnosis fibromyalgia and CFS, so chronic fatigue syndrome in English. Last year, or was it the year before? I can't remember actually, but I think it was last year. I think it was in 2023. So I got then that diagnosis, and I was like, oh, finally I have some answers, and okay, I can't do lots about it, but I can go to rehab therapy and stuff like that to deal with the pain and all that. And then in October from last year, my regular viewers will remember this. I broke my foot, so I had to be in a cast for 6 to 8 weeks, and I just twisted my ankle. So that was really unfortunate. But I have been like this all my life. Like the moment I fall down, I break something, and a lot of people just told me like, yeah, you just have bad luck. It's what happens. And then in January of this year, from 2024, my youngest, who is 4 years, she fell down. She just fell in PE, and she also had a very complicated fracture in her leg. And I was like, no, this can't be right. Okay, that may be the case for me, that I was born to have bad luck, but I can't and won't accept that my daughter will be the same. So one thing led to another, and someone already mentioned the term osteogenesis imperfecta to me, because her sister and her kids were suffering from that, and she was already like, did you ever hear from the disease, and maybe you should let that be checked out and stuff like that. But I was like, no, it's only for myself. I won't go to the trouble, because the only way they can diagnose it is due to DNA testing. And I won't go to the trouble through the trouble for me. But I was like, you know what? In January, like, I can't be helped anymore because I'm too old, but maybe my daughter can still. So we went to the hospital, we got her checked out and stuff like that, and they were like to me like, yeah, well, there is a big possibility that she has it, and if she has it, then you will have it too, and your pain and your fatigue can be from the osteogenesis imperfecta instead of fibromyalgia and and CFS. So I was like, okay, then what do we do now? So everything is on hold right now. They are testing our genetics basically for me and my youngest daughter. So yeah, it has been a whirlpool of emotions and stuff like that. We still are waiting DNA results and genetics testing and stuff like that, because something went very wrong with her test, and my test has only been started like late August, beginning of September. No, not late August. What am I saying? Last week. I went to the doctors. A lot of dates and stuff like that are just a mess in my head as well, because we have lots of stuff going on. But that's like, yeah. So either way, they Okay, something really strange happened with my laptop. Sorry for the pause. So either way, I'm suffering from something, but whether it's OI or whether it's fibromyalgia and CFS, they aren't sure about that now, so they're waiting test results now. There is a lot going on with my oldest as well. She is in great health physically, but she has ADHD and she is probably on the autism spectrum. So, yeah, that is a lot of fun too. But we manage. I love both my daughters very much, and we make it work. I also have a therapist that I'm seeing, so I have a lot of mental health with that too. So um, let's go into some of my favorite things. I love music. My favorite music bands are Bon Jovi, which is something that was passed to me by my parents because they also are a very big fan of Bon Jovi. I also very much love Black Veil Brides, and my favorite music genres are with that rock and heavy metal. But I can appreciate every music genre. I really love music in general, and I really like to know my friends and my people I meet their type of music because I also love to discover new bands and new music every once in a while. So yeah. My favorite TV shows are The Big Bang Theory. When I need a laugh, that is like the only show I keep rewatching. But I'm also currently I started rewatching One Tree Hill last week because that has always been my favorite show of all time as well since I was a teenager, and every once in a while I start rewatching it again, and I thought, well, it's the time again. I don't know if you need to know anything more about me. If you want, you can ask me in the comment section below. But let's say we start with the whip parade now, shall we? These are in no particular order. I just go by them. Also, something else I need to tell you, I don't do edits things. I what you see is what you get with me. I have way too much stuff going on, and I love coming on here and talk to you with about Flosstube and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, as far as editing goes, one, I really don't know how to do that, and two, I really don't have the time to and film and edit my videos. So I'm sorry if you want to see before and after pics and stuff like that from my last whip parade. That's not something I do. If you want to check out my progress, just watch my last whip parade and um, go from there. But let's start now. First, so these are in no particular order. First of all, I want to show you this one. This is a Dimension Gold Collection Kits Innocent Guardian. As you can see, it is still in the old package. And I started this in 2023 as my birthday start. Either as my birthday start or my New Year new start. I am stitching this with the kit floss, as you do with Dimensions, but I switched out the fabric because, as you can see, it was like this really weird brownish color, and I really didn't like that. So I swapped it out to a Exu Design fabric. Does it go like this? Yes. This is 18 count Ada in the colorway Lavender Fields by Extra Design, as I mentioned. And this is where I'm at. I did a center start. I usually don't do that, but because there was no corner to start in, I started in the middle of the pattern. There is a lot of gold already, golden floss already in there, so my stitches don't look as neat as some of my other projects, but that's okay. Oh, and here is Missy. Missy wants to say hi too, apparently. The needle minder I got as actually as a necklace. It was originally a necklace, but I made it into a needle minder and I thought it was really cute. I will try to remember to tell you guys everything about fabrics and needle minders and project bags. I do have a couple of project bags. If I forgot and you really want to know something, then just ask me in the comment section below. So that was our first one. Then we come to my two Heaven and Earth design pieces. I am currently just working on two, which is why my tablet is here too, to show you what they will look like when finished. First of all, we have my first one. I started this in early 2021, just after the birth of my daughter, of my youngest. I discovered Flosstube, and I fell in love with Heaven and Earth designs through Flosstube. And at first I was like, oh no, I will never finish one, so I will not start one. They are way too big for me, and I'm a mom of two now. And yeah, that went out the window pretty fast. I have currently two whips, and I have about 20-ish patterns now, and I keep buying them when they're on sale, so oops. This first one is called Fairy in the Woods. It is by Morgan Fitzsimmons. There, you can kind of see what it will look like when finished. This is just a regular chart. No mini, no max color, nothing. Oh, there you go, that's a bit better. And I am currently with this project at 27.86%. So almost a third complete. I am stitching this on 1/1 full cross with the called for DMC. And I did work on this throughout the year, but I haven't worked on this since my last update video. The only things I worked on since my last update video are Innocent Guardian, which you saw before. Also on the Quilt Maker by Lavender and Lace. As you could have seen in my last update, it is almost finished, and I will not show it to you in my wipparade because I really want to be a surprise from now on. So, well, you'll see it when it's finished. But this is, as I said, Fairy in the Wood by Morgan Fitzsimmons, charted by Hade. And as you can see, her face is starting to show, and I really like it. I'm stitching this on 25 count Magic Guide by DMC fabrics, and I'm stitching 1/1 full cross. And my needle minder right there, that little dragon, is from Agnes Little Minders on Etsy. And then we have my other Heaven and Earth design. This is a Max Colors chart. It is... Oh, come on, my thread is playing tricks on me. This is Birth of a Star by Rachel Anderson, and I'm stitching this extreme cross country because there are 240,000 stitches in this piece, and literally almost half of them are just one color, or 939. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna stitch that all in full cross. And I won't kit up the whole project yet. I'm just gonna start with 939 and we'll see where we get. So Ugh. This is what it will look like when finished. As I mentioned, this is a max color chart. I'm sorry for the glare, you guys. There we go. And with this one, I am currently at hold on, he's still counting. 9.35%, so almost 10%. And I started this one, let me think, June or July 2023. I have worked a little bit on here since my update video, but here is where I'm at right now. And this needle minder I got from True North Minders on Facebook, but I do believe she is on Etsy now too, and she's based in Canada. That's where that's at. So from now on, you won't see any projects anymore that I worked from a last update video. I will try to remember to tell you if I worked on it this year between now and the last whip parade. As I said, I will try to remember. This is a Dimensions Gold collection as well. It is called Fairy Tale. This is what it will look like when finished. And I so love this project. And it really deserves some more love than what I am able to give to it right now. But so is life. This project bag is from a website called PatPat. I ordered there once, but it was like this really cheap Chinese website and the clothes were horrible that I got. So I don't recommend ordering there, but I thought I would use the plastic bags anyway as project bags, because I tried to buy some project bags, but you can't all have your, or at least I cannot have all my projects in fancy project bags, which is why some of them I keep these plastic bags to put them in. And this is where I am at right now. I'm almost halfway. I do know that I worked on this throughout the year, and it was mostly just the sky up here and a little bit in her hair right there. This needle minder I got from a shop on Etsy. She doesn't sell needle minders anymore, unfortunately, but she was like someone based in the UK who turned Disney pens into needle minders, and I really loved that concept. So it's like little Mickey Mouse as a tailor from, oh, how is that movie called? I can't remember. It is a movie from Mickey Mouse, but I really can't remember what the movie is called. So I also am backstitching as I go. So like the backstitch in the little fairy's wings are done, and in her lantern, and like part of the rabbit is already completed, the backstitch and stuff like that. So I really love these colors, and I'm stitching this just on the kit floss and fabric, and I do believe this is an 18 count fabric. And I also am one of those stitchers that stitches dimension as intended. So whether they ask for like 4 strands or 6 strands, even half cross, full cross, I stitch them as they are meant to be, as they are charted, because I really like the way that it turns out then. So yeah. I'm just drinking some plain water, so just to keep my throat from drying up when talking to you guys. Then this one. This project bag is from Little Boat 88. Little Boat 88 on Etsy. She is also based in Canada, I believe, and she makes wonderful project bags. This is the inside of the project bag with the little cowboy boots. Oh, excuse me. So with the little cowboy boots. So yeah, love it. And in this project bag lives my unicorn. I'm usually not into unicorns, but I really love this design for some reason. I think it's partly because the horse is so lifelike, and they just added the horn because some of those unicorns out there, they just look too fantasy-ish for me. Not that I don't like fantasies. I really love fairies and stuff like that, but I've never been into unicorns. But I do love how realistic this horse looks. I got this from a magazine, Cross Stitch Gold issue 161, but you can also get this from Jenny Barton's website. She is also the designer of this beautiful pattern. This is where I'm at right now. And the fabric is 28 count opalescent fabric in the colorway Tulip, also by Exu Design. And this light really doesn't do it justice because it's like this really beautiful deep pink. And I don't know, yeah, there you can see the sparkle. I really love it. And this needle minder also was a pin from Disney, which I got from the same Etsy shop as my little Taylor Mickey. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this one. Beautiful. In you go. Then we have a project bag that I just bought in the thrift shop. I really thought it was super cute, so... And I only got it for like 1 or 2 euros, so... In here lives my Ladybird Fairy by John Elliott. You can kind of see the pattern here. The ladybugs that I crossed off are the ones I'm not doing because I'm also not doing all these speckles around her and stuff like that, so yeah. But I do believe she is very beautiful. And she's not my usual color palettes too. But I got her out of a magazine too, and I really loved the way she looked, so that's why I got her. But my project bag is that big that I didn't find my fabric. I am stitching this on a 28 count even weave. It is a printed Ada, so even weave, so it's just white at the back, but then it is colored in front. And it's called Fairy Light, and it's from... What is that company called again? Sew It All. So Sew, S-E-W, It All. Just all in one piece. And as I said, it's 28 count even weave. And it's like these purples and greens. And I really like how this is showing up on camera. I got the needle minder from a website called Chibi Hour, which is based in France. It's just a lucky cat, and I love how cute it looks. So I just got a part of her feet done. All the flowers are done now, and the ladybugs on the flowers and stuff are done too. And that green thingy here is like her shawl coming in. This was either my birthday start or my New Year New Start from this year. It was my birthday start. Yeah, also something else you need to know about me. My birthday is the 4th of January. So, which is why I sometimes can't remember if it was my birthday start or my New Year new start. Because, yeah, New Year and my birthday are only 4 days apart. Oh, and I forgot to mention Fairy Tale, the one from Dimension. I started that one somewhere around um, spring 2020, I want to say. I know it was 2020 because I remember working on it when my daughter wasn't born yet, but I can't remember if it's either spring or summer. Then we have my beautiful geisha, or enchanted geisha, also a gold collection from Dimensions. I was racked this beautiful kit from a lovely lady who knew I was looking for it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you can get it from me. I only want you to pay shipping because it was from America, and shipping to Europe is quite expensive." So she only wanted to be paid for the shipping costs. So, which is really, really lovely. This is also in a project bag by Little Boat 88. And there are some beautiful geishas on here too. And the inside fabric is just some polka dots. And Alice is coming to say hi again. Oh, no one wants to see your bum. Yes. You want to say something? Yeah, you have a fan. You know that? You know that? One of my regular viewers, sorry, I can't remember your name, but you mentioned you loved Alice, so yes. Are you talking to your viewers now? You heard it, guys. You heard it. Hi. Yes. Want to say something else, or can mommy continue? So, as I was saying, this is Enchanted Geisha by Dimensions. I'm stitching this on the kit floss and fabric, and I do believe it is also an 18 count Ada. And here is where I'm at. Yes. And I got this needle minder from Pelida Crafts on Etsy. I usually don't do like the whole matching project bag and needle minder to the project because, as I mentioned before, I don't buy a lot of project bags and stuff like that, but every once in a while it happens and it makes me so excited. Then we have this one. It is a old kit by Vervaco. It is out of print. You can't get it anymore. It doesn't even have a name, which is why I just call it my Egyptian guy. But if you really want to know, the kit number is 25.474. And I got this from a friend of mine. She bought it and she discovered she was really not into cross stitch, so she gave it to me to finish. I also have his lady, so there is like a sister piece and they're facing each other and it's in the same style and stuff like that. But I started with him. And I know my grandma also stitched this up when I was younger, which is why I was like, oh yeah, I really want to do this as well. And yeah, I'm not really far into it. I'm stitching this on the linen that was accompanied with the package. It is 28 count. And this needle minder I also got from Pelida Crafts. No, Alice, let my thread hang. So yeah, not very far on this. I started this, I think... Oh, Alice! I started this in September or October 2022, I think. So that's that. This is the project bag of Little Boat 88. Yes, I know. Mommy has a lot of project bags from the Little Boat 88. I just love her project bags. So just deep blue orcas. And then inside is this fabric with shells and sea stars, and it's really, really pretty. Oh, Alice, come on. Yes, you want some attention again? Handsome little girl. In here is my Frosty Morning by Dimensions, the gold collection. I'm stitching this with the kit floss and fabric, and this was my mania start for this year, or one of my mania starts for this year. Oh, and the unicorn horse was also a mania start for this year. I forgot to mention. Yes. Yes, I know. I'm trying to see what Ada is in here, but I can't find it. Oh, it's 16 count. 60 count Ada. And here is where I'm at. I only stitched this the week from Stitch Mania, and I believe this is pretty good progress for only a week of stitching. Yes, and I bought this needle minder on a hobby fair here in Belgium. I really can't say what store it was or something like that, so I'm sorry. But yeah, here's where I'm at. Oh, Alice, come on. Yes, you want to please your viewers? At this point, it's like Carolyn from C6 Stitch always says, actually, I'm just the host, and they're the her cat Simon is like what it's all about, and she's just like co-hosting. So there's that. This was another mania start for me from this year. It is a anchor kit called Woodland Sampler. I have stitched a little bit on it since I started this for Mania 2, apart from the week that I stitched it for Mania. I am stitching this also with the kit floss and fabric, and this is a 16 count Ada, and the needle minder is also a pin that has been turned into a needle minder from that same Etsy store. And the problem with this project is, like I explained last time, a lot of quarter stitches are in here, and I really don't do quarter stitches. And I have a hard time doing the quarter stitches, but I do think it makes for a beautiful effect. But yeah, it's really hard for me. So yeah. Oh well. Oh. Oh, come on. Behave. Why doesn't it want to fold? Oh. That's why I was folding it wrong. Oh, come on. In the bag. There. Then we have my Rose of Sharon. This is a Mirabilia design. I don't have the picture what it will look like when finished, because I am also doing a color conversion, which I found on Facebook a few years back, and I really, really love it. So this is what it will look like when it's finished. Usually her dress is yellow and blue, but I really loved the pink and the purple. And you can find the conversion on the Facebook page, Mirabilia and Nora Corbett full conversions. I am stitching this on a 32 count linen by Extra Design in the color light driftwood. And here is where I'm at. And I got this little Hello Kitty needle minder also from, where am I going? Yeah, also from Pelida Crafts. I think I'm halfway with this one, approximately. So yeah, I really should get back to this one because I really love her. Something else I want you to know, I explained this a bit in my last video too. I always make working copies of all of my projects or my patterns, because with 3 cats and 2 kiddos around, my pattern sometimes gets torn, or it something gets spilled on, or my daughters decide they want to color it in for some reason. You name it, and which is why I always make a working copy of all of my patterns, because if they ruin the working copy, then it's fine, I can make another copy. But if they ruin my original, then I'll either have to find, like, for my kids another kit or something, which sometimes is really hard to do because, yeah, when they're out of print and stuff like that. Not to mention, then you have to sit sets of floss and fabric and stuff like that. So yeah, working copy is the only pattern I don't have the original with me is from the Rose of Sharon, because my grandmother has the original pattern, and to be honest, this is also a retired pattern, and people are asking crazy prices for it on the secondary market. I told myself, when I find a pattern from the Rose of Sharon that is reasonable priced, and I mean just like the 10 or 20 euros that someone else paid for it to get it, then I will buy it. But I'm not paying 150 euros to 200 euros just for a pattern. I'm really sorry about that. I just won't. And my grandmother didn't stitch it yet, so it's kind of like the same thing that I'm doing now with my working copy, except for that it's at my grandma's house rather than mine. Then next we have a Lanarte kit. It is called the 4 Elements Earth, and it is designed by Maria van Scharenberg. And this one has a little history with it, which is why I haven't worked on it this year. Oh, I did work on the Rose of Sharon this year. I started that one somewhere last year, I think. I think either for my New Year New Start or my birthday start. I can't remember, but I think it was something like that. But yeah, this one has a little history. I started with water. Oh, sorry. I started with water 10 years ago, maybe more. And I finished water, and I have finished air as well. And I was still with my ex when I started this. And she came out of the closet as trans when just before we broke up. So I've always dated her when she still was a guy, but she's a woman now. Or she has always been a woman. You know how it is with transgenders, but I'm really not going into that any further. But yeah, the thing was, I started this with her because she is still doing fire. She started it, sorry, she started it around the same time I started water, but she really isn't far into this project yet of hers, and she really wants to finish it herself, which I understand, but it really took my drive away to work on earth, because as I said, water, I finished close to 8 years now, I think. And air, I also finished 3 years ago, I think. And now my drive is completely gone to work on earth, because at this point I really don't believe I will ever finish the set unless my ex gives her her kit away, or to me. But I can also buy one. I can also buy another kit for myself again, but they are out of print and they are really hard to find. So yeah, I don't know what to do with this one. If I want to work on it, I'll work on it. But as I said, I really lost my drive, and I'm not going to force myself to stitch on something that I don't want to stitch on. We also have been friends for the longest time, but some things happened last year, and she went completely out of touch with me and her daughter for 7 months. So yeah, a lot has happened since then, and that also causes me to lose my drive to work on this even more. So yeah, as I said, I really don't know what to do with this one. It is a beautiful chart. It has nothing to do with the chart or the other kit or whatever. It is beautiful. But yeah, a lot of history with this one. I started this somewhere, I think, 2019 maybe? 2019, 2020. Somewhere along those lines. And here's where I'm at. I'm still at the bottom. But as you can see, there are lots of fruits and veggies in there. This has my first needle minder I ever bought on it. And it is also from Chibi Hour, the French website. It has, I don't know if you could have seen, but it has Chip and Dale from Disney on it, but in a very cute way. I'm stitching this on the kit floss or with the kit floss and fabric, and I believe this is a 14 count Ada. And as I said, if I want to work on it, I will work on it, but I'm not going to force myself to finish this one. I don't also want to UFO it, because originally I got my first kit, the water one. I got it as a gift from my grandmother, and I bought then the other 3 kits. But yeah, which is why I don't want to UFO it, because if I UFO that one, then I can't hang the whole set up, and then I can't hang water up as well. So yeah, which is why I won't UFO it, but I don't have the desire to stitch on it now. So sorry, it was time for another drink. My throat is getting really dry from all the talking. Then we have another Dimensions kit. This one is a regular kit. It is called Playful Kitties. This is like a really old one too. It's like from 2001. But I so love it. I am also stitching this with the kit floss and fabric. And I think after the quilt maker is finished, I will make this into a focus one. I don't know what happened to my fabric. There is like a really big stain on here, and I will try to get that out once I finish my work. And I really don't know where that stain is coming from, so. And the needle minder I also got from the Chibi Hour website. This is 18 count white Ada. And as I said, I'm just stitching this with the kit floss and fabric. So there's that. We're almost done. This is another kit. It is from Designworks and it's called Oriental Fans. It is also a Joan Elliott design. And don't mind the price that's on here. I got it for a discount because it was like this old kit and they couldn't get rid of it. And I fell in love with it because I got the book of Joan Elliott's Oriental Odyssey, and I saw this and I saw this in the book as a pattern. But then I discovered one of my LNSs still had this kit, which is why I jumped on it to buy it. I started this one in September of 2022, and I am using the kit Floss and Fabric. And the fabric is just a 14 count white Ada. And here is where I'm at. As you can see, I work with a lot of dark blues in my project. This is something I'm only realizing now. So, which is why because the quilt maker also, I'm just at the bottom of her dress now, and if you know the pattern, it is also just dark blue. And then my Birth of a Star is also just dark blue for now, is 939, and now this one is also, I'm also in the part where it's just almost just dark blue, so which is why some kits don't get as much time as other ones. And that little owl needle minder I got from Pelida Crafts on Etsy. I do think I worked on this last year. Obviously, the Lamnapti kit I didn't work on this year, and then Playful Kitties I did work on it. Yeah, and I think that's all that I needed. That I also maybe Rose of Sharon. I don't know. I worked on Rose of Sharon too this past year. As I said, if I forget to mention anything and you really want to know, just pop your question in the comment section and I'll answer it as soon as possible. This is a project bag I got from my LNS. They made it themselves, and it's like this really cute, almost Eastern Light design. It's got a vinyl front, and the inside fabric is just red and white. And in this is my cat sampler Clovis by Clorami Designs. Clorami is CLORAMI. And she designs these beautiful type of samplers. I'll check here. Here is her name if you want to check out her website. She is a Belgian designer, and I love her work. I do have a few other of her patterns, but I started with this one because if you haven't noticed already, I do love cats. So, yeah. This is where I'm at with it. I'm stitching this on a fabric of Extra Designs, but I can't remember the count. Oh, here is my label. It's 32 count Zweigart Belfast linen in the colorway Marbled Autumn Gold. I'm stitching this one 2/2 full cross. Oh, look at that. Look how pretty. There we go. Everything is in it. And I am stitching this with Weeks Dye Works Swiss Chocolate for the letters and the borders. And the cats are stitched in chestnut. And I got that needle minder from True North Minders on Facebook. I am just gonna It is a little variegated, but I don't know if it will catch on camera. The Swiss chocolate is like this brown variegated beautiful thread. Oh, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? No. It's really hard because my camera is flipped right now. And it's really hard to... Oh, there we go. There we go. So yeah. I love, 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 love her designs. And you can buy digital copies as well as paper patterns. So if you're living in the US or anywhere outside of Europe, you can just get her digital files, which will help reduce the shipping costs. So check out her webpage, Chlorami Designs. It's just a webpage. She makes beautiful designs. Highly recommend. And I have to support my Belgian designers because there really isn't a lot out there, or there aren't a lot out there. So if you are one, just leave a comment below and I'll check you out. This is oh, I started Cat Sampler Clovis in the summer of 2021, I believe, or spring or summer 2021, somewhere. This is a project bag of Lake House Stitch Co. on Etsy. And I really love how romantic looking this is. And here is my New Year, New Start of 2024. Oh no, what happened? Oops. My picture was stuck on the vinyl. I'll need to clean that up. Whoops. It is a Luca S kit called... How is this one called? The Little Kitten. A lot of Flosstubers out there already want me for this, and yet I was like, oh, it never happened to me before. Yeah, well, obviously now it did. Oh well. So this is what it will look like when finished. Obviously I have worked on this year because it was my New Year, New Start. And here is where I'm at. Oh no, it's the other way around. It's like this.